If you haven't watched my video on passing chords when we're dealing with them in major keys, then I encourage you to go back and watch that video. But now, welcome to minor territory. And I want to say something about minor keys before we get into the passing chords, because I think it reframes how you think about all this. Perhaps you realize that minor keys already have a built-in emotional tension that major keys don't really have. There's a weight to minor keys. There's a pull, a sense of longing. And what that means for passing chords is that the same moves that we covered in major keys, these passing chords hit differently in minor. The tension is higher. The resolution is maybe more satisfying, and the overall effect is just more dramatic. So if anything, passing chords are even more powerful in minor keys than in major. So keep that in mind as we go through these examples. Now we're going to work in A minor. It's a comfortable key for most players, comfortable key for you perhaps, and it sits right in the middle of the keyboard. Very playable range. So here's our basic progression. So we have A minor, D minor, E minor, back to A minor. So we're working in the natural minor. And that's your 1, 4, 5, 1 progression in A minor. It's clean, it's simple, it works great. But now let's start adding passing chords. Our first example then is the chromatic passing chord. So this chromatic approach, it's the same concept as in major, but I want you to notice how different it feels in a minor context. So we're going to focus on the movement from A minor to D minor. That's our 1 to 4. So very plain. So D minor, that's our target. A half step below D is C sharp. So let's try a C sharp major chord as our passing chord into the D minor. So A minor, C sharp major, D minor. Now, did you notice something interesting there? We went from a minor chord through a major passing chord and landed on another minor chord. And that major passing chord in the middle creates this brief flash of brightness right before you sink back into the minor. It's a very distinctive sound. When jazz piano players use this contrast between a major passing chord and a minor landing, it gives it a very bittersweet, emotionally complex quality. But now let's try approaching our target chord from above. So a half step above D is E flat. So we have A minor, E flat, D minor. Now to me, this sounds darker, more brooding. The approach from above in a minor key has a kind of inevitability to it, like something heavy settling into place. So we have, and then A minor, E flat, D minor. So when you're coming from below, it's brighter, it's more forward motion, but from above, it sounds darker, more weighted. Now, neither one is better. They're just different colors, and now you have both of them. So if you're in D minor, for example, your 1 to 4 movement is D minor to G minor. Your chromatic passing chords into G minor are F sharp major from below and A flat major from above. Same shape, same feel, we just moved it to a different key. Example 2 of a passing chord. We call this the flat 6 chord resolving down to the 5 chord. So in A minor, this is 1. F major is 6. Moving down to E major. You've heard this in film scores, in classical music, in gospel, in rock. It's everywhere. Basically, we're going from this is 6 to 5. F major to E major. Now that's a beautiful movement on its own. But now watch what happens when we put a passing chord between F major and E major, working in the key of A minor. So we're going to take that F major chord, and right before we move to E major, we're going to pass through F sharp diminished. So this F sharp diminished chord functions as a chromatic approach from above, just like we've covered before. So here's what it sounds like. So we go from F major, F sharp diminished, to E major. That diminished chord in the middle adds this incredible sense of falling. It's like the floor is dropping out from under you right before you land on E. It's very dramatic, cinematic if you like, and it's just 3 chords. Now, let's take that and put it inside our A minor progression so you can hear it in context. That F sharp diminished is doing so much work in just one beat. It creates anticipation. Where are we going? Where are we going from here? It adds drama, and it makes that arrival on E feel genuinely earned. That's the power of a well-placed passing chord in a minor key. Now we come to our third example of a passing chord in the minor keys. If you've ever listened to great gospel music and you wonder how are they making these minor keys sound so rich and so full, this is a big part of the answer. So let's stay in A minor. And I'm going to show you what we call a turnaround. Now, a turnaround, that's just a short phrase at the end of a section that loops you back to the top. Basic version of that looks like this, or sounds like this. So that's your 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5 in A minor. You may have heard this in 100 different songs. It's a great progression. But watch what happens when we add just a couple of passing chords in the gospel style, if you like. And so the move I want to show you is this. Instead of walking straight from F major down to E major, we're going to approach that E from above chromatically. So in between the F and the E, we're going to sneak in an F minor chord. You hear that? F major, F minor, E major. We only changed one note. The A in that F major chord dropped down to A flat. And this creates, once again, that pull, this tension. And that makes the resolution to E, it feels so much more satisfying. The whole thing sounds like this now. I'll play it very slowly. A minor, G, F, F minor, E. It's almost hard not to sing along. Listen to that motion at the end there. The F minor is only there for a beat. It's passing through, but it completely changes the feel of that phrase. Here, I'll play it the way you might actually use it, at a real tempo with a little rhythm behind it. It's sort of a gospel-y sound there, isn't it? And the beautiful thing is that it works in any minor key. So if you're in D minor, it's the B flat major moving to B flat minor, moving to A. The shape of the move is always the same. You're just taking the chord before your 5 chord and making it minor for one beat. Now, I want you to notice something before we move on. We didn't do anything really complicated here. We didn't add a bunch of extensions or reharmonize the whole progression. We changed one note for one beat. And that's the passing chord mindset. Small moves, big impact. All right, we've now covered passing chords in both major and minor keys. So hopefully you watch these 2 videos back to back if you have the time. We've got chromatic approaches, diminished sevenths, the flat 7, the gospel minor move. And this is a serious toolkit, isn't it? But knowing these moves individually is only half of it. The other half is knowing when to weave them into a real musical phrase naturally without making it sound forced or mechanical. And so that's what we're going to do next.